happened.
Okay.
Avalanche.
So now, when you saw what just happened, so a lot of times we think about things like erosion and the land moving, like we think about the land moving as a slow process, but that happened really fast. Like, why do you think that happened? Like, what do you think happened there?
Maybe an avalanche.
What do you mean by the word avalanche?
I mean like sand or trees could have like have fallen down off a cliff and started making an avalanche all the way to that area, so that people had to get onto the boat and evacuate the island.
Okay.
Because the island was getting destroyed.
Okay.
Well, the island wasn't destroyed.
Lincoln?
No, yes it was.
It was. I definitely.
Hold up. Listen to him. Go ahead.
I definitely think it was an avalanche. Probably started by some rocks because I saw like an uphill, maybe a mountain up there.
Okay. So an avalanche is usually referred to when we talk about snow falling like that. This we call a mudslide. So essentially a whole bunch of mud and dirt just kind of broke free from the hillside and just started flowing out. But notice how fast it happened. Okay, and so now we're gonna look at another thing of fast. So pay attention here. Actually, I need to fast forward.
Earthquake. Cool.
Earthquake in Nepal.
Okay. There's no sound on this one, so you're not gonna be able to listen. But watch the people.
It's gone fumbling.
What are some things you notice?
I saw a person instantly go over and grab something they thought was sturdy.
What else?
It's like rumbling.
The ground rumbling.
How do you know the ground's rumbling?
It's like the camera's shaking, but I don't think they're actually shaking. And people are getting down like
Okay. What do you notice about this van?
it's shaking.
Okay.
And it's hot.
What do you notice about the wires?
They're shaking.
They're swinging.
What would be causing them to swing, Mabel?
So they're attached to the pole. The pole's attached to the ground, and an earthquake always shakes the ground.
Okay.
I think I saw two runaway dogs
Okay.
running for their life.
An earthquake doesn't look that bad.
That probably wasn't a super bad earthquake.
But earthquakes can literally split the ground in half.
I know.
Like
That. Like that.
Okay, so now,
like that.
so with the mudslides and the earthquakes, think about how an engineer who's designing a bridge might have to think about those two things, mudslides and earthquakes. Think in your heads, how might an engineer who's designing a bridge, like why would they have to think about earthquakes and mudslides and things like that? Think in your head. Cash.
Mudslides could make the support of the ridge fall, and earthquakes could make the maybe ground rumbling, make the supports break.
Okay. Mabel, what were you gonna say?
So the mudslide could break the supports, and the bridge could collapse, and the earthquake could shake the bridge so much that there's a bunch of holes in the bridge, and that causes supports to like not be able to weigh because there's too much air. Because if it was windy, there's too much air falling through, and it's not dangerous.
Okay.
And it's not safe. So
Okay.
they would have to break it down.
Cash.
There could be an earthquake, and then a mudslide covered the bridge, and mud it gets so heavy that it falls and gets destroyed.
Okay, Lincoln?
A mudslide could hit water like maybe upstream somewhere and cause a really big wave to start forming. There could be a cliff and the mudslide just falls off, causing a wave.
Okay, why would that be a problem for the bridge?
The bridge could get taken away during the big
Okay.
wave.
So, these two are examples of really fast changes. Now I want you to think about slow changes. So I want you to take a look at this rock structure.
Looks like a shoe.
It does kind of look like a shoe.
Yeah, with a hole in the
I
bottom.
think it looks like a
Like a
volcano.
Okay. So that says 1890. This picture was taken over 100 years ago. How do you think that rock, and notice that rock structure is in the ocean. How do you think that rock structure might look different in 20 years from when this picture was? Think in your head, think in your head. What might be different about that rock structure in 20 years? Cash me one thing different.
Might be smaller because it broke.
Okay. Mabel?
Could be like little bits of sand because it like the tide rose and it was too much weight for the rock, so it broke down to sand.
Okay. Lincoln?
It could start having like more cracks appearing in it, but I don't think it'd like break down into sand. Like
So,
it is.
okay, so you guys are talking about it maybe breaking down or being smaller. Why? Why do you think that? Why would it be smaller? Cash?
Waves could swallow it up and break it. Waves, really strong waves.
So let's think about this. And think about how the waves would be similar to what you saw in your cups, your dishes. Lincoln?
So the waves can like hit it over and over again, start causing, and water causes the Grand Canyon. It can eventually start like making cracks, and eventually it will break up.
So this is kind of a unique place because we do have pictures of it 20 years later. So 20 years later would be 1910. There it is in 1910. So let's go back.
Whoa.
1890, there it is. 1910. What
That
are,
looked like a skeleton.
yeah, what are some things you notice is different? Cash?
The other one looked like it was kind of like there was skin on it, but that one looked like a skeleton.
Okay. Mabel, what'd you notice? It's different.
It's like a dog chewed up a shoe.
Okay.
A brand new shoe and
So-
a dog chewed it up.
So that was the new shoe, and this is the.
Chewed up.
Okay. What did you notice that made you think it looked chewed up?
Well, they, like,
Just don't touch the screen so it doesn't
these
record.
kind of look like, bite marks to me, so, I imagined like a dog used to be there.
Okay, so let's think about those bite marks. Like, how do you think those bite marks relate to the wave idea Lincoln had?
Because water is like really strong, so it could push that off, or it can like turn it into sand or something.
Or that dog ate it.
And
Okay, so now, what do you all think this is going to look like in another 60 years? The next picture they have of it is 1970.
I
It'll
guess-
be gone.
The dog is
It might
gonna
be
chew it up
gone.
even
Have a
more,
seat.
and
Have a
maybe the dog's gonna eat it.
I was gonna chew it up even
It'll-
more.
Okay,
it'll
so-
probably be dirt.
Let's take a look. There it is.
Knew it. The dog nearly ate it.
Okay?
How did you eat it?
So, like it looks like there's a little spot there and a little spot there.
Looks like
Hey,
that's
you're
a
in the way.
shark tooth. It looked like it.
So what do you all think?
It's a mini mountain.
So then the most recent picture we have of it, well, I'm sure you can go take a picture of it now, but like the one I could find on the internet was from 1990. So 20 years after this, what do you think it's going to look like? Mabel.
The dog's gonna eat the rest of it.
Okay, so what will that look
and
like?
it's gonna eat the cat.
Mabel.
And get super
So what will that look like?
It will just be like sand.
Okay. What do you two think of her idea?
I agree.
I think it will be
So
dirt.
1970 to 1990.
Knew it. The dog.
Looks like maybe there's a couple spots, but it's pretty much gone.
Bye,
Yeah, the
guys.
dog ate
Bye,
it.
bye.
And just-
Stu.
So, okay, so now hold on.
Good luck.
Everybody stop.
Dog.
You're doing great. Like, I know